we must defend our rights, for we shall perish. We shall protect us from shall be our dedication, stealing abroad will cause a privilege. The waving storm of remembrance, the fleet shall not rescue the sun of liberty.
There are so many of them, and they are so exuberant, the Biafrans. Even the refugees sing, especially when they have just been told their homes have been recaptured and they can go back to them. They sing when they get their daily meal.
You can't take away what God has brought for us. You can't take my life and say it's all over. The pain is in my heart. You killed us. Why you try to take my life? Why? This goes out to all the Biafran kids who were starved to death by the Nigerian government. By the Nigerian government for no reason. I say forgiveness is not in our dictionary. Nigeria must pay for this because we will not only remember the words of our enemy, but also the silence of our friends. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Oh, oh, oh.
Biafra was in the beginning, and Biafra has no end. A people of courage, of strong heart and spirit, who will not be punished, who cannot be oppressed, who will continue to fight until they hold freedom in their hands. Long live Biafra.
Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, Biafra is here. Long live Biafra. Long live Biafra. Biafra, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, God bless our leader, Master Namkana. God bless our supreme leader, Master Onyibe. God bless Biafra. God bless my country.
There are so many of them, and they are so exuberant, the Biafrans. Even the refugees sing, especially when they have just been told their homes have been recaptured and they can go back to them. They sing.
Yes, Biafra cannot be captured. Biafra cannot be stopped. Biafra cannot be forced back into stupidity. Biafrans cannot, nobody will sit on Biafra. No. No. You have not been there, so certainly you don't know how it feels. Good morning, wonderful men and women across the globe. Genuine Biafrans and fake Biafrans. Enemies of Biafrans and lovers of freedom. I choose to greet you this morning. All the way from Orogodo. Nonsense. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is still Radio Biafra, the place where we lament. But of course, we shall rejoice on this platform. We will tell the story of how we overcome before our time is up. But for this moment, we are in the book of lamentation. We will raise up our voice once again so that genuine men and women across the globe will apply their hearts to reasoning, arise to the challenges at hand, and do the needful. Because you will write the history of Biafra till you are run out of ink. Honestly. And each time you will talk about us after now, you will be found guilty in your very court system. This is Radio Biafra. Extra. We are streaming live through Radio Biafra London, being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Okafo Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State. And Anambra State is Biafra land. He's the man who have assured us that even though we are in the empire of lie, corruption, he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. This is a miracle, I must tell you. People don't even know the meaning, the full meaning of corruption. They think it's when Fulani man is stealing the vote, save Nigerian save, running to London or USA. That is just corruption. That is why Fulani are busy fighting corruption. They steal from Biafra land, they take it to Sokoto or Lagos. From Lagos or Sokoto, they take it to London. And then they divide to America. They are giving China and Japan. They are sharing this looted fund everywhere. They think that is just corruption. They steal in the morning, they return it in the evening, and they are deceiving us. No, they are deceiving us. If you know what is corruption, according to Fulani man, you will know the damage they have done to our mind as a people. As he may first simply say, I will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Of course, he's standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our leader, Mazen Nandi Okukano, the prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne of Ibeku kingdom. And sometimes I could only appreciate people. I remove my cap and I humble myself before men and women who can do things I cannot do. Who had the courage to do what is necessary, however and whenever necessary. Today we come out, we sing praises, we acknowledge our supreme leader, Mazen Nandi Kano. I do not hear people who condemn us for doing that now. But rather your languages are changing now. Holy, 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 Nandi Kano is another savior. Holy, 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 Nandi Kano is another savior. And then there are some people speaking grammar. How can they say he's holy? This is evil. Only God is holy. Oh, he cannot say he's holy. He's eating glory. Don't eat the glory of God. But you have a corrupt mind. Because you don't even know the meaning of holy. Somebody just came from somewhere and tell you holy is holy. They didn't even tell you that. In fact, your own holy is what you studied in Nigerian university. I don't blame you. Having been to Yoruba church, having been a slave in Yoruba church since you were born till today, why won't you think holy is something that is not? And let me tell you, holy simply means moving an object, removing something. It could be tree, it could be chimpanzee, it could be human being, it could be Lord Lugard, it could be Theresa May, it could be Boko Haram. Removing them to do the bidding of the Creator. The other word could be sanctification. Separated for the act or purpose of righteousness. But you think, oh, holy is God, oh, holy is God. That is a song they used to sing in those days. You know, things have changed, you know. He said, holy is the Lamb that was slain on Calvary. Holy is the Lamb that was slain on Calvary. Let me stop there anyway. But you don't know. Here on Radio Biafra, we will tell you the naked truth. What you do with it at the end of the day is left for you. Mazenanda Kanu is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And Abia State is Biafra land. I am George Onyibe. I am from Abo. Abo is in Delta State. And Delta State is Biafra land. And of course, I will not proceed until I acknowledge the Creator. He who is the lifting up of our head. The one who has set our feet upon this path. For he has assured us he will be with us unto the end. And that is why we do not look up to the hills nor the mountains for help. But we lift up our eyes to the Creator, Chukwu Okike Abiama, the one who made the heavens and the earth. And in my humble way this morning, I will acknowledge him. I lift up my eyes to the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help comes from the Lord, he who made heaven and earth. We lift up our eyes to the hill, from where cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord, he who made heaven and earth. For the Lord will keep us from all evil, he who made our lives, he who made heaven and earth. In our lives, Lord, we see what you're doing. One more time, Lord, we lift our voice to praise all your name. Oh, we lift our voice to praise your holy name. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị ujuru anya dadi o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị, ịbụ Alfa na Omega. Anyị niile na-asị na dị mma o. Of course, without wasting much of our time this morning, we shall go to our topic this morning. And it is simply the role of a country under a normal circumstance. The role of a country under a normal circumstance. I am very careful using the word nation, because every country in the world that claim to be a nation are never nation. You have few nations. You have the Arabian nation. You have the European nation. Not very too sure of American nation. You have the Korean nation. Then you come to Nigeria. They are giving you false hope that you are a nation. Do you know the meaning of a nation? And that is why this is the truth that will elude anybody claiming to be a one Nigeria. But except America has really accepted herself, and there may be their nation anyway. If only truly they have love for one another, accept themselves, embrace the truth that that govern the founding principle of that nation. Because I think something is still wrong somewhere. And so where you say, oh, our nation, you are a dishonest intellectual person. Whenever you make mention of Nigeria as a nation, you make me sick. This is a country. What is the role of a country? Under normal circumstance, you will see that Nigeria is even below a country. The zoo called Nigeria is lower than a country. You don't know the role of a country. That is why you are busy saying, oh, Nigeria is our nation. We have to keep Nigeria one. Nigeria is our own country. Nobody talk to our Nigeria. You don't have sense. This is what makes us go angry. And people who are supposed to put their energy on this are coming to fight for God. People who are supposed to put their energy on this and destroy this zoo called Nigeria, and then I don't know what is wrong with people. But we will not stop. You will know what Nigeria really is. Maybe like, this is our nation, Nigeria. Nigeria is not even a country. And you dare give Nigeria a nation. But you don't know the definition of a country. Why won't you come and speak big grammar? You think they go to school to get sense? You go there to get piece of paper. They call it certificate. You carry your certificate. You hide it in your box. Or maybe you put it in the back. I'm a professor. I'm an intellectual. I'm a founding lecturer. Become every lecturer and everything. But in the end, look at what people who cannot spell their name are doing to us. Look at how Britain is aiding and abetting a genocide, promoting genocide in Biafra land. And then some people are still telling you, oh, this is our country. Your hopeless, useless imam in the mosque, or your pastor in the church, or your governor in the village that wake up any day and pray for the good of Nigeria, may their children and children remain like Nigeria for all eternity. He say, as it is written, so let it be done. As I am saying it, so shall it be written, and so shall it be done. From this very day, the end day of the month of October, you are a pastor, you are Alpha, you are Ogomo, you are Omenalu, Menelu, Ibu anything, sacrifice and sorrowful. If you ever pray for Nigeria, for good to come to Nigeria, your children, your wife will be like a Nigeria. Nigeria is prostitute, your wife will be a prostitute. So shall it be. Because we pretend for so long. Maybe we are ignorant, naive, or something is really wrong somewhere. But let us come back home. For you to be able to understand or answer this question, telling yourself the truth, you need to first of all ask, what is the meaning of a country? Let's go by that word. This is our country, your country anyway. I come from Biafra nation. Let's assume this is our country, Nigeria. Now you ask yourself a question. What is the meaning of a country? Now let us follow definition of dictionary. Because dictionary actually metamorphose. They change. That is why you in Nigeria here, first of all, we are using Market West dictionary. All of a sudden we begin to see Oxford dictionary. Today now what we are seeing is Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary. Tomorrow it is going to be Oxford Thinking for You Dictionary. And so anything they tell you becomes that way. Now let's go by that. You can't trust the definition of English even inside the English dictionary because it varies. Now let me tell you, as a Christian, I understand the doctrine of sin, the meaning of sin. The definition of sin according to the Bible dictionary is not the same definition of sin according to Oxford Advanced Learner Dictionary or any other dictionary for that matter. And they will tell you, according to Bible dictionary, that sin is an art of breaking, or rather sin is not an art of breaking divine or moral law. But the Advanced Learner Dictionary of Oxford Heaven and Earth University will tell you that sin is an art of breaking divine and moral law. If you look at that in the light of the gospel, the Bible say, or David say, even before or when I was in my mother's womb, before I was born, in my mother's womb I have sinned against you. For iniquity you have shaped me. I am a sinner inside my mother's womb. I do not know how the wall of my maternal look like. I never know or have the knowledge of anything I have done in my mother's womb. But David said, I was conceived in sin. Bible definition of sin. So you don't need to know divine nor moral to be a sinner before the presence of God, according to your Bible. Because the whole world lieth in sin. Now let's move to the other side. And then there is another dictionary telling you that sin is an art of breaking divine and moral law, which means you have actually had the knowledge to do or not to do, to offend human or to offend God. When we come here today, we know the consequence of everything we are doing. We know the end result. We know the reason why we must do what we are doing, irrespective of what they will do in the end. And then we are responsible for our actions. And now, in order to try to, interpret all these things, we need to follow it sequentially. For you to come out and say, hey, it's my country, it's my country. Find out what is country. And so you will not be condemning yourself. Country is not Igbo language. Country is not Ijaw language. What is country? Please, what do they call country in Igbo? Ijaw man, come, Akwa Ibom man. What do they call country in your dialect? Because I don't know what they call country in Igbo. A country, according to Advanced Learner Dictionary of the whole world, from British Theresa May, he said a country is a nation with its own government occupying a particular territory. Now listen, I thought a country is supposed to be a nation. I didn't say that. To go and check your dictionary. They made it clear to you that there is a difference between a country and a nation. But they constantly deceive you with this English. But let's go by that now. We are a country called Nigeria. And you say the definition is that a country called Nigeria is a nation with its own government occupying a particular territory. That is a country. But they lie, because a country is not a nation. But rather, they will say a country can be defined as a country held prisoner inside a particular geographic location. Or a country is a group of people, a group of nations held captive in the prison in the guise of a country in a particular location. That is who we are. But believe me, I think I have been wrong all this while, because I call Oduduwa nation, I call Arewa nation, and I talk about Biafra nation. Please, somebody should go and begin to Google the ancient map. Somebody should begin to go back to history, current day history, and any day history. I want evidence of the existence of Oduduwa nation. I want evidence of the existence of Arewa nation. And now the knowledge, the truth will elude them. But even Satan know Biafra have been here. When we tell you we predate, the very people, British government will predate them. We predate America. We predate most countries who are rubbishing us today. And you accept this nonsense? Somebody should publish it for me. Any evidence of any Oduduwa nation that ever existed. I want to see the evidence. Evidence of Arewa nation existed. And we believe this already. No. Almost hail Biafra. And don't worry, your demise will not be fast. It's going to be meticulously, systematically. You are going to fizzle away. Our leader said you will bleed shame and disgrace. We have not even started. We have not started. And now you have gotten the definition of a country. And then let's go to the next stage. If we were to go by this definition, then what is government? What is then government? If we agree that a country is a nation with its own government, a nation with its own government, but we know it is a company with its own system of government. Now the question is, what is government? And now the same dictionary go on to tell you that government is a group of people with the authority to govern a country or a state at a particular ministry and office. In a particular ministry and office. Let us go by that. If you agree with this, then what is the function of this government? This government that is authority to control state or ministry. What is the meaning? What is their function? And now let us break it down. The function of government, according to same advanced learner dictionary from Theresa May family, he said they should ensure a secure and stable environment to enable trade, innovation, development, and production through securing our national borders and protecting against internal threats such as racketeering, intimidation, violence, corruption, and defend the country from any external threat to their way of life. I hope you are getting it. And so when you are coming out, oh, our country, Nigeria, they are trying, our country, do you know what a country is? Do you know what a company is? Talk less of knowing what a nation is. Let's go back a little bit grammatical. Let's find out what the major function of government is supposed to be. Modern government is supposed to be inclusive or include, number one, foreign diplomacy. Number two, military defense. Maintenance of domestic order. Number three, administration of justice. Number four, protection of civil liberty, which is the fifth one. The sixth one, provision and regulation of the conduct of periodic election. 7, provision for public goods and services. And number 8, promotion. These are supposed to be some of the evidence of a country. A country is supposed to be made manifest in the exhibition of the following characteristics. But I know the grammar may be a little bit too high. And let us come back home again. A nation does not need all this to run. Because they've been there. And that is why when we talk about going back to your roots, some people will say, oh, they are talking about God. You can't call Ikenga. You can't call Allah. You don't have sense. Our fathers operate a system of government that made it almost impossible for the colonial terrorists to invade Biafra land. They labored very hard to get hold of us. They made a vow and said they will deal with us. And rightfully so, they are dealing with us. Our fathers operated with a system of government that makes them impossible to conquer us. Ethiopia is the only country in Africa where terrorists could not invade. Because there was a gentleman, is it Lassia they call it? I can't pronounce the name well, I have tried. Is it Lassia or what do they call him? Very intelligent man, very diplomatic man, very wise man. He engaged the world till he betrayed his own people or till he softened down for the terrorists and they killed him. Nobody colonized Ethiopia because they understand the root of their ancestors. Nobody could conquer Biafra until some people begin to westernize us. And when you tell them to go back and find out how their ancestors defended our land for thousands of years without knowing who is a Niger Delta and upland and river and bottom line and on top of land. Some people are there yapping. They are telling you, oh, we are Nigeria, we are Nigeria, we are Nigeria. You should send this message to those Nigerians so they understand where their problem is coming from. You are sick, you come here, we cure you. We have looked at the grammar aspect of it, but let's break it down so you know what a country is. And then begin to ask yourself a question. You are a Nigerian ambassador. You are serving a country. You are a Nigerian politician. You are serving a country. You are a Nigerian anything. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. Because you people murdered the very system you claim to defend. With cruel hatred, you come out against us. Without pity in your heart. Without considering our position as a people, you think you will snuff us out? You will wish you never did what you did. You want Nigeria. Let me sing a national anthem for you. You remember in those days, because the same people are still in power. Nigeria, we hail thee. You remember that national anthem? Senator. Nigeria, we hate thee. I give only that to you. And then before one Benin man, I'll give you another one. And I say, arise, O criminals. Nigerian call disobey to serve Nigeria. It's not by force at all. Ndioshi. We will change it for you. And when Nigeria is divided in the end, Yoruba will sing Biafra national anthem. Awusa and all of you will sing Biafra national anthem. When you call your child and say, sing the national anthem of Oduduwa nation, because there was nothing like that anyway. You bring Fulani Arewa and say, sing Arewa national anthem. There was nothing like that anyway. Your children will sing Biafra national anthem. Your children will sing it. They will start by saying, land of the rising sun, we love and we cherish. Beloved whole land of our great warriors, we must defend or else we shall all perish. Your children will sing that. And you say, no, that one is for Biafra people. Yes, it's for Biafra people. But you must know the level of your stupidity to enable you know the type of treatment that you will be administered to you. You won't understand. Let me not digress further anyway. Let's break it down in a way you will understand. Number one, a country is supposed to be an instrument of organizing a community. A country are supposed to be selected, are supposed to be managed, or their duty is the selected people on power are supposed to do, number one, what? Become the instrument that organizes the community. So many things to organize. They say, okay, now let's come together. You know, this is our country. We notice that people move from Enugu to Abuja, and then there is another massive movement from Abuja to Costa Rica, and then we have also noticed that there is another movement from Lagos State to Abule, and then they analyze it and say, now we have 10,000. Let us invest this 10,000 naira on this major route, scale of reference. And everybody will say, yes. Most of you don't know how Indonesia got to where they are. In Malaysia, as I speak to you, if they build hospital in one community, they build in another community. Like one of our brothers said. They don't say you have oil, you don't have good, you have this, you don't have this. They build it for every community because they know that what is good for the goose is good for the ganja. But in Nigerian setting, your Nigerian country, where the oil that is feeding majority of the countries in the world is coming from, we don't have light, we don't have drinking water, we don't have toilet, we don't have road. Not to talk of airport and seaport, even though we border with the Atlantic Ocean. And then you come out and say, you know, this is our country. You are demented. And you will die in insanity. And is Nigerian doing that? But what they do is they grab the vote, the country save, and then Fulani will take it to Abuja or Sokoto or Kano, Kaduna, and then Yoruba will follow them. As the Yoruba get close to Abuja, they kneel down. I'm not raking you, okay? Fulani, I'm not raking you, okay? Not tenant, listen to me, okay? Only you cannot chop this money, okay? Please listen to me, okay? I'm not here to rake you, okay? But at least, okay? Remember us, okay? Our own is only 10%, okay? They are crying on their rego. Outside we now say, okay, don't worry, don't worry. They give them 10%. It becomes legal. Immediately, it enters Nigerian constitution. And then there are sincere, genuine Biafrans who will go there and say, come, Barabu, come here, Barabu. Why you see this money? They say, I see this money now. They raise alarm. The next thing, Fulani will take the loot to London. That is the end of the day. You dare go to London to fight corruption, you will be indicted. You will be indicted. That is why corruption, British corruption system, will tell you they indicted Alam is here. They indicted Ibori. Who will want to be the next exemplary animal? Pig lab. I'll be lab pig for experiment. And everybody run. Your country. Your country. The duty of a country or the rule of a country. Ask me, is your country, your almighty Nigeria, the giant of Africa? Do they understand these things? Number two. They are supposed to be the instrument of creating order in community. In those days, I saw the ancient people. I know how they live. I don't know about you. In every community, you have different clans. You have settlement. You have amulets, as the case may be. They make sure that what stands between them is not destroyed by anybody. Because mischievous people will always come up. They maintain law and order. I remember in those days, when I went to get married, marry my wife in Benue State, and I know much about their history because they are Biafrans anyway. And then having taken every decision, they said they are going to meet the oldest man in the village to give us his blessing. And which we traveled about 1 kilometer to meet the man. And as of that time, the man is almost 136 years. And they told us he's the oldest man. What I saw was actually good. Very old man. And I was like, how can this old man be able to reason properly and talk to us? Lo and behold, this man stood up. He looked at us and said, he stretched forth his hand. And one of the sons, because they have told us that if we must see that old man, we must carry dry gin. And they said, bring that hot drink. And I gave to the man. And they gave to that elderly man. He took the hot drink, poured some to the ground. He drank some. And then he kept it down. He looked at me and said to me, he said many things. I won't tell you. It's not your business. But what amazes me is that as old as this man is, he still knows where all his children are living, that are almost 40. He has almost 40 children. I am older than his last wife, 130 something years. The man is still doing very well. Oh. He told us he is not the elderly, the most elderly man in that their community. That there is still somebody who is older than him. He told us people say he is the oldest man, that he is not the oldest man. One man is still older than him. But that one age has affected his brain. He can't reason anymore. You see, that is why if they say he's the oldest man, he accepts it. So whatever we do, we should know he's not the oldest man. Person still senior for the next community. What is sincere person? Because these people's duty is to create order. Today you want to kill your father self as a prince, so you become the next Igwe. If a son can want to kill his father to become the next Alafia Ashan for your state, or the next Satan of Sokoto, can you please tell me why they will not want to kill us to take over our land? Why your neighbor will not want to kill you as original Igwe and take over your throne? And Nigeria will aid and abet them. Can you tell me the yardstick why Nigeria should allow a Yoruba man to be ruling Benin City? And so you should begin to ask yourself, is that still a country, or this is a camp where terrorism is sponsored? Misplace every people. When we talk about Biafra issue, we tone down on the issue of Edo State. People don't know why we tone down. The kind of experiment they run in Edo State and almost bastardize their blood lineage. They try the same thing in Kogi State as well as Benue State. But the difference is that those in Kogi State, those Biafrans in Benue State, they hold their ground. But Edo people open door for them. Almost every community in Edo State, their king is not from their place. But let's leave there. Nigeria sponsored all these things. But some of them say it's a lie, it's a lie. You go and ask the Esama of Edo Kingdom, Igbenedion, and tell him, why do you take Oba of Benin to court in London? And then you will know why Nigeria have to destroy Okada airline. And later on compensated him by letting his son Lucky Igbenedion to be governor. Lucky Igbenedion looted hell out of Benin people. EFCC don't come to people like that. People like Peter Odele, Chibuike Amechi, EFCC don't go close to them. Their corruption fighting don't get there, because you will see that the corruption fighter is actually the corruption in personification. Our country. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So when you say my country, let the person you are telling to know, this is our country, then say our country. Define your stand. That is why when Fulani, Nigerian terrorists, British occupational agents here in the guise of Nigerian government, when they have access to you, they say, are you in Nigeria? Because they want to humiliate you. It is a humiliation to agree to that terms that you are in Nigeria. The rule of a country. They are supposed to be the instrument of justice. But there is a police commissioner telling you now in Nigeria that as far as you refuse to give your land to Fulani herdsmen, all the way from Kilimanjaro or Jaramankili or God knows where the hell they are coming from, if you fail to give them your land, they have the right to kill you. That is justice in the zoo called Nigeria. And then you are still very proud intellectual. As stupid as you are, to tell me this is our country, let's is still very young. Your stupidity is young. May God allow you to witness his old age. A country, for instance, is supposed to make sure that they become instrument to protecting their people. But I can tell you that Nigerian government, Nigerian police, army, all of them have killed more Nigerians more than terrorists. You won't believe me. Was it Boko Haram that killed Kensaruwiwa? Was it Fulani herdsmen that killed Peter, Obi-Wan? Are we going to talk about the assassination of other people like Agwin Yorusi, among others? Because when you say something, Igbo Kub, what you call Igbo Kub is not Igbo Kub, according to Nigerian standard. It is Abo Kub, it is Anyoma Kub. So you go and rewrite that history, Yoruba. Go to Cyclopedia and re-edit it, because that man is not Igbo man, according to the Nigerian standard. It's Anyoma man, or Abo man, or maybe Anyocha man, as we refer ourselves. So come and do that nonsense there now. Come and wipe us out now. Ndiara. No, say once they say are you mad, that means there is hope for you. But when we tell you you are crazy, there is no hope for you. Nonsense people. But Nigeria are the ones sponsoring the killing of their people. They are the one, they have killed more. And somebody say, oh, it's our country. And when they kill you, think God will answer your prayer. That is why God have abandoned all the pastors. Because when they receive envelope, their prayer will change. And somebody will not say, don't talk to them, don't talk to them. So what is it? Why are we talking about our problem? Let's accept it. It's the will of God that we might suffer. We don't talk to Afar, Muslim, because these are pigs. We will feed them with pigs. We will send pig to every mosque in Biafra land when the time comes. We will send pig to every checking point. You shall be defiled, so you know how evil you are. Allah will abandon all of you in the end. We are breeding the pig already. Every checking point we will release one pig. Ndiara, not Guinea one pig, not all this genetically enhanced pig. Better pig, Asian. Better native pig. We will send it to your mosque and defile you completely, as you have defied our place of worship. You must understand that the role of Nigeria is supposed to be the instrument that protects the people. The role of a country is supposed to be instrument that creates job and employment. But let me tell you what Nigeria does. As I'm talking to you now, many people will go to the market this morning. And when they get to market, they will sell like 2 hours, because once it's 10 o'clock, Nigeria has turned majority of their youth to tout, hooligans, criminals, kidnapper, ballot box snatcher. The settlement they give to these people is go to every shop and ransack it. So anything from 10 o'clock now, those who don't have mind will lock up and go. They will come back around 4. Many taxi drivers now are hustling. They are watching their time. Once it is 7:38, they will go and park. Because government tout, government kidnapper are coming to ransack all of you. They demolish businessmen by little, small, tiny entrepreneur. But they come on the newspaper and say, government want to empower low-scale business industry. And you agree with them. They empower you in the television and social media. But then they come and depower you physically. Is that what is a country? And so those countries in the world who are doing that, you should be ashamed of yourself. We are watching all of you as you are watching us. You have beamed your satellite, waiting for us to shoot the first bullet. No, our enemy will shoot the first bullet. And then we will make sure that anywhere called Nigeria will burn totally. Like the Romans did to Tunisia. Conquer Tunisia and pour salt. to make sure Tunisian land become barren. When we are done with Nigeria, we will make sure that 1,000 years to come, it shall be a coast land. Your satellite is there. But all this little terrorism, you are not beaming satellite. And today we're going to praise one dog that helped us kill one terrorist. But the real terrorists are even visiting those White House. Those dogs should wait for Jubilee. Anytime Jubilee enter America, that Donald Trump dog or American dog should be able to unmask that evil man. We need more of those dogs. Because they need to chase Jubilee, imposter and also rock of Nigerian company, back to Sudan where he come from. The country is supposed to be agent of development. These are some of the things they should be doing. But it's amazing. Nigeria is very working hard to make sure that Biafra land is undeveloped. That is why we have oil in Biafra land, but the refinery have to be in Hausa Fulani land and Yoruba land. But they have cow. God bless them with cow. Honestly. Their cow ranching must be in Biafra land. And when I tell you now you are Igbo, you say a certain person. And you are accepting Ruga in your community. Are you not Igbo? What can you benefit from cow freely? Outside cow shit. Very soon they will be selling cow shit for you. They work very hard to make sure our land is undeveloped. And you can't see it. Now Asubeke, they claim intellectual. They make sure you never have a seaport. Your seaport can only be opened outside social media. This morning now they would have started line. Yes, the Nigerian government had decided to open the Calabar seaport. In fact, it was braced. The occasion was braced by Theresa May, Rola Redida, Margaret Thatcher, Peter Botha, and other world criminal powers across the globe. It was a very wonderful success. Don't you know in Rivers State now they want to lay fence to control erosion? They are inviting Theresa May to come. Nigeria is the only country. They want to use 20,000 to tie a road, even to install ordinary transformer. They will invite Obama. They will invite even heaven and earth. A project of 10,000. They will use 20 million US dollar to organize the occasion. Flag off. That is what they call it. We are tired of flag off. We want flag on. But Nigerians don't understand that language. The flag off of Ogoni clean up. But you expect something good to come there when they are flagging you off every day. The flag off of reconstruction of River Niger, and you are clapping, you are deceiving us. Why would they do completely second Niger bridge when they have flagged you off? You are intellectual. The flag off of One Road, the flag off of Enugu Airport, the flag off of they put good English, but the end is that you have been flagged off. Red card. We need flag on. Don't you get it? Nigerian designed a means to undermine us. And you are saying, oh, our country. It's like when they kill you now. Then they kill your relative now. You go and report to Nigerian police. You will pay registration fees, reportation fees, petrol fee, the charge card fee, and then the other at all. You even pay logistics fee. Then they will not follow you. Having met these terms and conditions. And then after 1 week, they will call you back and say, see that thing where you put, it don't finish you. For us to do the main thing, do something. You now pay again. They don't open office for your hand. And they are the one looking for Yahoo boys. Whereas they are the main Yahoo. The day you revolt and say, what the hell are you people doing here? Police is supposed to protect the people. You want to claim your rights for them? Then your misery has just started. That is when you know who they really are. And when they notice you have political backup, the next thing they will do is when you come, you say, Commissioner, are you telling me you are not looking into this matter? It's our guy who are on top of the situation. They are always on top of the situation. It has become a mindset for those in the company called Nigeria, always on top of the situation. But let me tell you the truth. If you are on top of any situation, the true inventory will elude you. You will never know the truth. Stop being on top of the situation, Biafrans. Go to the bottom of the situation. That is when you will be able to see everything happening. In those days where we used to go to river, we go underground and we monitor everybody, what they are doing on top of the water. All those boys that do pram, we catch all of them. Because when you bring out your head on top of the water, you will not know what is happening inside the water. You go under the water. I know they will change the English after now, and they will tell you that we are on bottom of the water. Of course, IPOB is teaching Nigeria, but it's too late for them. Nigeria is always on top of every matter. That is why they will never solve any problem. In the issue of Biafra Nigerians, come bottom of the matter, you will be the one who will run out of this Nigeria. That is how when you are doing what you are doing, we are just looking at you. It's just a matter of time. A country is supposed to provide a welfare services for the people, most especially the elderly, the finance challenged individual, the disabled, the sick people. Now, let me tell you something. The mindset of Nigeria, if not the whole of black people. I witnessed an era where they were stoning old people. In Abo, as a child, I remember a woman, I've said about it before. I was coming back from school. I was in primary school then. And the whole community gathered and they were stoning one woman. Very old woman, very fair. That woman should be nothing less than 100 years. And I went and looked under the gutter pavement as a child. I saw this old woman. They were stoning her. People will say, winch, winch, winch. I can't help that woman. I feel her pain. She's even too old to cry. And she died. That era continued. Today, you that follow to stone old woman that she's a winch, in your mind you want to live longer, you will die of brief illness. And they will announce you as gone too soon. Number one. The number two things I noticed that happen in Nigeria is the issue of mad people. May God help you. If you are a madman or your family, in fact, pray you don't go mad. Nigeria are people who don't see madness as sickness. Once you are mad, they sit back and say, see now, you don't smoke Igbo. Igbo don't make and they mad. If you not be say you do Igbo, you be ritualist. But do you actually know the things that can cause madness? Madness can be as a result of venereal diseases. Madness could have spiritual implication. Madness could be as a result of drug. Madness could also come as a result of some deficiency in the system. Many things contribute to madness. But Nigerians don't have a system. There is no psychiatric hospital in Nigeria as I talk to you. So once you are mad, may God have mercy upon you. Your family will try, flog you cane, give you injection, you sleep, or the remaining miserable rest of your life, you are going to receive injection. Ketamine. They just give you ketamine injection, you go to sleep. As you wake up, they give you food. The moment the thing come again, they hammer you ketamine injection. So the rest miserable of your life as a mad person is going to be sleep. They play music for you, sleep on. But other countries of the world, I think somewhere, it should be in London, one of the mad people killed one of our sister. They call them welfare caretaker. Or which grammar do they use? But Nigeria understand those languages. Once you are old, may God have mercy upon you that you have children that will take care of you. Or else, the remaining life, miserable life you have, you are going to go and collect your is it pension, they call it, or gratuity. Which grammar do they use? They won't pay you. My father-in-law served the government of Lagos State. Served them very well. When he died, look at history. Till today, is it gratuity or pensiontuity? Which name do they call it in the Oshi? That man was never paid till today. Let's assume they were going to give them 100,000. They have spent almost 300,000 paying transport fare, going from one offices to another. And then somebody will say, this is our country, we're going to do what we're going to do. The zoo called Nigerian can never be anything like this. Not with this corrupt generation who has been part of this evil themselves. Don't let anybody deceive you. Nigeria is evil. Nigeria is no more nobody's country. Nigeria is a country that must be stopped by every means necessary. Biafrans, study your country, the British company, and maybe you'll be able to understand and see the need why Biafra must be restored. But whether you see or you don't see it, we are not negotiating our stand. It is Biafra or Biafra. Nigeria must be obliterated. It is too late for Nigeria. We must destroy Nigeria only with the truth. I will be back in a minute.
Who are the spirit? Who see by the spirit? Spirit, 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 Rocha say spirit,
Worldwide people, they don't they kill us since. Nobody talk about them after the whole killing. Then go sweep a mother under the carpets. These people are shameless, they don't get conscience. Maybe in our blood, can you let take the bath without our resources? Nothing like one Nigeria. These people are shameless, they don't get conscience. They don't set confusion among our brothers. They won't kill our leader because he speak the truth. These people are shameless, they don't get conscience. No hiding place for them. See their doom for their doorstep. We are blessed folks. Who do go to Kabiama blessed no man feel cause worldwide thing.
Nigeria is falling, we are gonna sing it out.
When the truth, when the truth.
We coming out right now, but you don't the prices out.
When the truth, when the truth.
Who are the spirit? Who see by the spirit? How about the spirit? Abechi is spirit. Bazu is spirit.
This is special dedication to my friends and my brothers and my sisters and my uncle and my cousins who are here in Biafra land, outside Biafra land, in the world at large. We are Biafrans. If we are one Nigeria, why are they killing us? If we are one Nigeria, why are they raping us? If we are one Nigeria, why are they depriving us? We want to go, women, we want to go truly, we want to go sincerely, we want to go right now, we want to go, myself, I want to go, Nandi Kano want to go, Uche Moko want to go, Onyibe want to go, we want to go, Biafrans, they want to go, we are 7 steps ahead the zoo, we are whiter than white, we are whiter than snow, all we need is referendum, disseminating, trafficking. I was born and raised in the Biafra land. This is my religion. Biafra is my religion. You can think Biafra, speak Biafra, see Biafra. God will assign it. Nobody can join it. Plus day, minus day. Biafra will come. We love you. We love you. We love you. Biafra. Woo! I told you.
Nigeria is falling, we are gonna sing it out.
With the truth.
We coming out right now, but you know the prices out.
With the truth.
Of course, Nigeria is falling and we are going to destroy it with the truth, and it is too late for any of them. Our fathers have tried their best to see if they can apply your heart to reasoning, to see if they can call you back to order, but it's too late. Though you are on top of the matter, but don't forget, we are beneath the water. Our lines are open at this moment. WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. You are a Biafran anywhere in the world. The earlier you begin to use your head and disassociate from one Nigeria, the better for you. Because we are going home. Look for IPOB family closer to you. If you're finding it difficult to do that, send me your data on our studio WhatsApp line, Radio Biafra Extra Studio WhatsApp line, which is 070-815-45642. And the nearest coordinator will contact you. And then our direct line is 08122152971. Our direct line is 08122152971. And special number for the female is 08128858614. 08128858614 is the female number. Caller on the line, are you there? Good morning, my brother. Go ahead, please.
You go to Kotikadiama today. To Kotikadiama, you know the truth that you send our leader for the last warning to the whole world. That our leader is the savior of the world, the savior of every human being. Every human being, whether you are in Biafra, whether you are in Ararewa, Yoruba, America, China, no matter wherever you are on this planet Earth. Our leader, Martin Nandekalo, is the savior of the world before people become and the man. Next time, Biafra must be restored, and it must be restored by Biafra. Very simple. Go and join IPOB. Today is the fourth. Any IPOB unit or so that I do. Go and join. We are no longer begging. Anyone who went to Syria to go to Kadiama, who told the animal to.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We must continue. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp? Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, my African rep.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Yes, my African rep, I'm here. Good morning, Mazi Onyibe. My name is Michael Anozie. I am from Uli in Ihiala local government from Anambra province, Biafra land. And right now I am calling from India. Mazi Onyibe, first of all, I want to thank you for how far you have been holding on, because some people don't understand. Some people are born for a particular reason and for a particular purpose. And you are born for this purpose, for the restoration of Biafra. And I want to tell you that God has been using you in one way or the other on this radio platform to bring salvation and to bring deliverance to people, to the people of Biafra, and to those who think that this Biafra struggle is not achievable. I just saw on Facebook this morning, I think it was posted by Mazi Chinasamodu, designated locations where the Nigerian military with their Fulani whatever knives and ammunitions and whatever to kill our people. Mazi Nandikano has been speaking for years, telling our people what is to come. Until today people are not listening. And this same thing that he has been talking about is happening in our land on daily basis. Yet our people have refused to open their eye and see. They open their ear and listen. They are waiting until our people are being children are being killed like they killed us in 1967. But I promise them it's not going to happen this time. I want to tell people to understand. Those of us who belong to IPOB, those of us who have sworn an oath to carry on this struggle, we are ready to die, to give our life for this struggle. Biafra must be restored. It doesn't matter what the Nigerian government does. It doesn't matter how many countries is aligned with them. It doesn't matter how many people in the world is fighting on their side. We must make sure that Biafra is restored. It doesn't matter. Even if everybody in Biafra land is going to die for the sake of this struggle, it will happen and Biafra must be restored. I am so angry, I am so pissed off that our people, especially the Biafran and especially how can people, I'm so angry, Mr. Mazi Onyibe. God bless you. God bless every Biafran that has woken up to this call. God bless every IPOB member that is still holding on till this date. And we must restore Biafra. Biafra must be restored in our time and in our generation. Because I cannot afford to watch my children go through what I have gone through in that contraption called Nigeria. And up to today, we are scattered all over the world looking for greener pastures, looking for survival. In our own land, we cannot reside in our own land. Fulanis have come to take over our land by fire, by force. And our people are there watching. God bless you, Mazi Onyibe.
Thank you very much. Our people must understand. The truth cannot be overemphasized. When you come out thinking Nigeria is your country, please try and find out the role of a country, the role of a government of your country, and see if they are doing that in your region. And then you will understand the game, the 419 they are playing against us as a people. And they tell you, oh, this is our one country, this is our one Nigeria, our negotiable and authoritative one Nigeria. These people lie. These people lie. They don't mean anything for us good. They have only one agenda. First of all, impoverish us. I mean, total emasculation of our people. And when that is achieved, it leads them to another thing. They will kill us. But while they are emasculating us, they are working very hard to bastardize our blood lineage. Our people must wake up to this truth. Our people must face this reality. Our people must understand that if we do not fight to save the next generation of Biafran from this impending doom and dilemma situation we have found ourselves, even in our grave, we will regret what these people will do to us. And then it is better we know that we did our best. Sometimes maybe our best is not enough, but then we know we did our best. But believe me, our best must be enough. In this very journey, this one we have entered, I tell you, our best must be enough. And so, Biafrans, anywhere you are in the world, arise. If you truly love your mother, arise. If you love your father, arise. If you love your homeland, arise. Because this is the time. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp?
Yes, Onyibe.
Good afternoon, sir. Go ahead, please, my brother.
I'm Chisom calling from Malaysia. I thank all the eminent Biafrans, all the IPOB in Malaysia. May God bless all of you. In the name of Chukwukika Biama. Onyibe, God bless you. Our leaders and our principal officers all over the world. May God bless and protect everyone in the name of Chukwukika Biama. What I want to say this morning, I want to say, woo, shame to you, Nyawodo. You are listening to our leader. Instead of you to say yes, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, God bless you for teaching me what I don't know. You will corner it the other side. A blackmailer like you. Blackmailer. Anything more than blackmailer is what you are. You are telling Nigeria to change their name. That name is not a good name. Look at you. Hosanna in the morning, crucify him in the night. That is who you are. Instead of you to admit you are going from one place to another, at the end of the day, you will come down. At the end of the day, you will come down. You will never move more than this. The wrath has come on you. You will never move, you and your company, your allies. You will never go far. Your family will never go far. Because you have killed and caused mayhem to other people's family. And you want your own family to go. This is doom to you. Your family has ended. You and your allies, you and your colleagues, all of you people will never move an inch again. This is your own. You will never move an inch again. I told you, and the whole world are pointing hand at you. You say they give you president or hand. You are we are talking about life that you cannot buy in the market. We can buy that your car. Bring all those people that you kill. We buy all those cars back to you. 3 cars. A person call himself a leader is talking about 3 cars. 3 cars. Highest is Jeep. Highest is Jeep. Is what you came out on national television saying you lost 3 cars and they attempt to bomb your house. Do you have house? Do you have house to stay? Idiot. Shame on to you. God will punish you. You will never go anywhere. You people that are still believing in Nigeria, your so-called Jibril has traveled without handling power to his vice president or not to let the Senate to know. He traveled on his own because he pockets the Nigeria on his own as his own Dawara family business and the British in business. He traveled from Saudi Arabia to UK. Unofficial invitation. He goes out anytime he wants. He comes in anytime he wants. And nobody will do anything about it. The rubber stamp National Assembly cannot do anything about it. The so-called Nigerian citizen cannot do anything about it. Apart from IPOB, the worst part that you cannot come at the street and agitate. Once you come at the street agitate, you are a terrorist. When IPOB we are agitating, when we are agitating, you people call us terrorists. The mention you mention to people is what they will mention to you. Whatever you do, for the lift of your brother, will be unto you. God bless you. I stop here so far.
Thank you very much. Our people must understand, because it is hard time we begin to tell ourselves the truth. Oh, hey, this is my country. Please find out what is your country. What are they doing in your country? What is the duty of your country? What is the role of your country? Who are they? You just wake up, somebody fence our compound and say, no, you are in this country. You are from this country. And most of us, we fought, we bled, almost dying, defending this country. Call on WhatsApp.
Yes, sir. Mazi George Onyibe, good morning. This is yes, sir. This is Victor Gunnar Kukwe calling from Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Thank you for your today's topic. We are really living in hell in that zoo called Nigeria. You know, we have to you know, we are fighting their Boko Haram military. We are fighting their Fulani Boko Haram. We are fighting the Islamic State of the Maghreb, the Islamic State of West Africa province, and we are fighting Fulani herdsmen, and they are killing us. They are killing us. I don't know what we're gonna do, you know, to at least reduce the number of our people that are dying daily basis. Not even talking about the bad roads and the fake food they are giving us, and no like health facilities. I don't know. We need to strategize and do something, you know. Hello?
Go ahead, the world is listening.
Yes, so that's what I wanted to contribute. And also I have this issue that is bothering me a lot. Like, Fulanese are really tiny minority in the zoo Nigeria, even though they conquered the Hausa Caliphate. But, you know, Hausa is helping them to be suppressing us, or other regions in the zoo Nigeria. So we'll have to find a way to destroy this Fulani Caliphate, and also to find those enemies in Biafra land, like the Igbo Biafran governors and so on and so on. We have to deal with them because they're supposed to be on our side, the people's side. The people who want Biafra, they're supposed to be on our side, not like to be slaves to the Fulani Sokoto Caliphate. Okay, thank you, sir. Let me allow other callers to contribute.
Thank you very much. In line with what you have said, you must understand there is no Fulani anywhere. These are just they are representing the British government. It's not Fulani. Who is a Fulani? I really don't see them except the instrument, willing tools in the hand of the Britain. And Britain will lobby the whole world against us. Who is the hell is Fulani? They can't even conquer one community of Hausa. Despite the support they are having from British government, it has not been easy for them to chase Hausa out of their land. Middle belt now is rising. And that is why Britain must know they are losing the battle. Are we in Britain? Why is it that we don't do anything without calling Britain? When we say Fulani is Britain, we are talking of British government are the ones doing this. It's not Fulani. Just that some black people, for who they are, we prefer to kill their own people and be blessed by the same blessing that belongs to them. Who is Fulani? Britain has not come out. It is Britain. When we call Fulani Awasa, it is because we want you to know what they are doing. When we call Yoruba, we know people behind the scene.
So that means the British government is supplying weapons to
everything, both the weapon, both the political support, moral support, both the technical support, both the constitutional support, everything. Have you ever wondered why Britain are the one judging our corrupt politicians for us? And they don't judge Fulani corrupt politician, but then they are talking about Desiane Madueke, they are talking about Ibori, they are talking about Alamesi and the rest of them. As a Biafran politician, we understand the challenges they face. But the earlier they look for back door and begin to do the right thing, the better for them. Because on that day, nothing will save all of them. Any evil entering here, if they keep Biafra, is Britain. So don't misquote, don't think they are anybody. Today, Britain has not unleashed her on us. Because this platform started calling Britain. Today, if they come out now, the world will know why they are coming out. That is why they are keeping quiet. Not that they are keeping quiet. But we will defend our land with everything we have. Let them do what they can do.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother. Our people must understand. The politics is not what Yorubas are doing. Yoruba want 10%. Fulanis, according to them, have suffered. They just don't want to suffer tomorrow again. That is why many poor people, once they see money, they will kill everybody to make sure they remain rich. But it doesn't work that way. Because even the money does not give all the comfort, does not give you all the happiness, does not give you everything you desire for. Wake up, Biafrans. Don't let anybody deceive you. We must arise and defend our father's land. The real vultures they have gathered, they are watching us from behind. They claim holy. They claim that they are doing the work of God. They save dog and cat across the globe, but they are gradually poisoning us. Don't let them deceive you.
Hello.
Are you there? Good morning from here.
Good morning, George Onyibe. Good morning, my great teacher. I am very happy today to be able to speak today in a radio Biafra when you're on a live program, because I used to listen to you. I thank God for today, but one thing I have to say, according to your topic today, there is nothing like Nigeria. Nigeria is not even a country, it's not a nation, because everything that you explained, which we know, that something, the things that make you, that is called a country, or anything that is about, that was something that you can use to qualify a country or a nation. There is no one that is working in Nigeria.
Of course,
hospital,
you are correct.
No water, nothing. So sometimes I used to be surprised. What is going on? At times I used to listen. I would say, what is going on? By the way, my name is Michael Chined. I'm calling from South Korea. Like South Korea, where I am now. I'm working now. In this place, I'm not even a citizen. It's just that I have my paper here, but I don't pay for anything, even health insurance. But whenever I'm sick, I will go to hospital. They will treat me. I will walk out without paying a dime. At least I'm benefiting from here. Do you want to tell me if I see something that would destroy this country, I will not stand to protect the country? I will stand to protect it. But in Nigeria, nothing like that.
They are the one killing you.
Them? No one.
No, they are the one telling you that in Biafra land you cannot have tide road because cow need to walk through the bush paths.
Anybody that is seeing Nigeria, so anybody that is seeing Nigeria as a country, as a nation, the person is, at least, I think something is wrong with the person. Something is definitely wrong with the person. Okay, like here, Korea is a nation. Despite South Korea, where I am, and North Korea, they have fought a war. Can you believe that today there are people in South Korea here? They are developed, and they still want North Korea and South Korea to become the same. Let them join and be one as they usually are. Even in South Korea, when you listen to their television, you will see them talking about how they can be able to join together again, because here they have relatives that live in North Korea. They have relatives that live in South Korea. So they know what it means to be a nation, and they speak the same language. But us, our own is just totally different. So we are not, Nigeria is never a nation and it's not a country. Anybody that is saying that it's a country or anything is just deceiving himself. As I am now, you can never tell me. I have never even for one day dream of going to the north. And I don't see anything that is taking me to northern Nigeria. I can't. So anybody who is talking about one Nigeria is making a great mistake. Yes, there is something that I wanted to say. There is a brother that called from South Korea. I think he have called for 2 times now. I don't know where he is living because we have IPOD family here in South Korea.
You can as well as release a number for him to contact if necessary, if it is convenient for you. But if not, just try and direct to him. No problem. I understand.
Okay, where what I don't know is that where he's living, because in Dongducheon we have IPOB family. In we used to have IPOB meeting every 3rd week of every month at Dongducheon, Dosan station, opposite the station. That church there, once he walk into that church, he will see us having meeting. That the time here is local time, South Korea local time, 6 o'clock p.m. Then if he's in Seoul, then he can contact anybody that is living in Dongducheon or Ansan. We still have family, IPOB family in Ansan City and Seoul and in Dongducheon. So it depends on where he's living. Maybe whenever he called, either you give him my number, then he will be able to call. Then we will invite him where we used to do our meeting.
That will be fine, my brother.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. This is where we draw the curtain for this morning segment. Make no mistake about it. Our memory with Nigeria is that of pain, anguish, disheartening, unimaginable misery. Certainly, if it's in a dream, we don't want to go back to sleep again. Biafrans across the globe. Duduwa is not a nation, but we call them a nation because they found themselves here, and so is Sarawa. Biafra is the only nation. These people you see around us are claws in the wheel of our progress. They brought them to us to bring us down, completely destroy us, and they've done enough damage to us. We must stand up and stop Nigeria. A brother from South Korea is telling you how he goes there for free medical health care. These are only dreams we can imagine in Nigeria. Because some of them, even having billed you billions of naira, they will inject you injection water. And you go away and die with that sickness. They help you prolong your sickness. So you can come back every day for treatment until you die. They eat up your savings. Nobody talks about it. Wake up. Go and find out what a country is, what a nation is. And then maybe you will be able to tell me if you are from a company or a prison or a company. May God be with all of us. Genuine Biafrans, as you go about your lawful and normal business today, may Chuko Kikabiyama be with all of you. May you succeed in every area of your endeavor, better than those who are envying you and jealousing you. For in the end, this is who you are meant to be. Continue doing what you are doing. For our leader and his deputy are not backing down. And then we are not going anywhere. The journey has just begun. Sincere appreciation to those of you who were able to call in. My apology to those of you. I cannot be able to take their call. We must continue. Goodbye from now.
I wanna talk about a man who loves Biafra. I wanna talk about a man who is a hero. I wanna talk about a man who has Biafra at heart. Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu, I can see you, you are a godsend. Nnamdi Kanu, you are a hero to our world. You made a footstep, you are a great man. You did a great work, you made a full speech, you are a great man. Oh, double keep Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. You read history like a man. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. You broke history like a man. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one we are talking about. You are the hero of our land. You made us to understand the history of the world. You made us to understand you are leader. I want to know you. You are a strong man. I want to know you. You are a strong man. One man's sport over all. One man's sport all over the world. Biafra man, the lion who is in the Zion. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. When I hear your voice, it makes me stronger. Yeah. When I hear your voice, I see the enemies trembling. Yeah. When I hear your voice, I see the Biafran stronger. The people in the Zion, everybody raise your hands for the hero. Hey, Nnamdi Kanu, you are a God sent to alive. You set the trap, the two from inside it. You set the trap, you had emotion. You rise your voice, yeah, you say it so strong. When you speak out loud, the outside is confused. The Yoruba man is confused. The Zulu is in confusion. You are a true Biafran son. When I look at you, I see other people you. Nnamdi Kanu, I see the spirit of Biafra in you. Move on, move on, move on. We are right beside you. We are in your left and your right and your back and your front. We are with you, our brother. Cause you make us stronger. Have you seen a Biafra? The true son of Biafra. He is a true hero. Speaking to the nations, America stood up, Europe stood up, Asia stood up, Africa, they are standing. Everybody is standing for one man. A man of true passion. Odogu, Jebelin. Odogu, Jebelin. There is no more going back. We are here to stay. No more challenge, no more debate with facts and figures. They are destroyed. I can see the Hausa man cannot stand again. I can see the Yoruba man, he cannot stand again. We separated the seed from the chaff. Nnamdi Kanu, you are the one. IPOB, they salute you. We salute the hero. We salute the hero. Biafrans round the world. It is time for our freedom. I said, this is our season. This is our time. Freedom, freedom, freedom to Biafra. Freedom, freedom, freedom.